Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Missy and this is Missy's Yarniverse and More. How are you? Well, today when you are seeing this, it is April 10th, Thursday, which Thursday means it is Twisted Thursday Mandala Madness. I'm having a little bit of brain fog, so kind of bear with me if I'm like stammering. Anyways, Twisted Thursday Mandala Madness. What is that if you are new here? It is a collaboration between myself and the lovely Amanda over at Obsessive Crochet Lady. If you do not know her, go check her out. Every Thursday morning, we drop an updated video on progress of the Mandala Madness blankets that we are making. The reason why it is Twisted Thursday is because her and I had been having some conversations. We wanted to make a project together. Even though we are in different states, we wanted to kind of do a make-along together. Our first thought would be an amigurumi because we both love amigurumis. We couldn't figure out a certain thing that we both agreed on. And so we started discussing blankets, and eventually she had brought up the Mandala Madness because she has made a couple. And she really loved the pattern. She wanted to do a new one in some Christmas cakes that she had just gotten from I want to say Wool Warehouse. I could be wrong. And so I told her I had not made it yet. I would look it up. I knew about it. I had not been able to do it when everyone was doing that CAL way back in the day. And so I looked it over and I came back to her and I said, okay, let's do it. We were going to do a Christmas version. I could not find a Christmas cake to save my life that had my Christmas colors in it. I do the more whimsical, non-traditional. And if it had some of my same colors, it threw other colors in that would throw off my whole decor. So I had told her I was just going to do a regular Mandala cake in my favorite color of Nifflers. This one right here. Well, she loves this one too. So we were talking about it and I was like, okay, let me see if I can order the colors that I want for a Christmas version online and just order separate skeins, and I'll change colors as the pattern tells me to on my own, instead of just letting colors flow like I would with a cake. So I did that. We were discussing it, and after talking about this version, we still both really wanted to do this one. So we decided we were both that crazy, and guess what? That is why it is Twisted Thursday, because we are both crazy enough to want to do 2 Mandala blankets at the same time. In tandem, yes. So we started this last, I want to say October. This is our 20th update. So that means we have been working on these for 5 months. Yeah. So it would have been end of October, beginning of November when we started it. So yeah. So this is the blanket right here. For those of you who have not seen it, or you've seen it, but it's been a while, it is the Mandala Madness. It was a free CAL back in 2016 by Helen Shrimpton from crystalsandcrochet.com. The pattern is still available there. If you are interested, all you have to do is log in, set yourself up an account, which is just your email and a password. Excuse me. And they don't bombard you with junk mail. I honestly think I have not gotten any emails from it. I think if she is going to drop another CAL maybe in the future, we might get a notification saying, hey, check this out. This is coming up in case we're interested. So I'm not even, it doesn't even bother me that I put my email in there, because I know some sites will just barrage you with so much junk mail. It's not even funny. Well, anyways, you can look up the Mandala Madness free CAL on there, and you can either download it to your device or you can also print it out. I am using the print version. That way I can be more mobile and don't have to worry about taking some sort of an electronic if I don't want to, etc. It is also available through video tutorial on YouTube from All in a Nutshell. All you do is look up Mandala Madness, and it is broke down in the parts 1 through 18. And the lovely part about that is most of the parts, I've noticed some are not, just from looking them over for information for you guys, is a lot of the videos, you can go into the description box and it'll tell you the time frame for each round. Not all of them, but a vast majority from what I could tell. I think I've only referenced it 1 or 2 times because I was confused about a starting point on a new round and where we had tied off on the last round. And so I made sure that I was in the correct spot. That way I didn't have to frog, because that happened. It did. And it makes me sad. But Amanda was using the video tutorial, as well as Donna was as well. I don't know about Theresa, because those two are also making it along with myself and Amanda. Donna has since switched over to the written. I think Amanda is mostly trying to use the written. You just have to pay attention with the written, because she is from UK, even though it is in US terminology. And every now and again, she'll slip a UK term in there, and then she'll most of the time catch herself, from what I understand. But, yeah, this is what the blanket looks like if you finish parts 1 through 18. And it is 111 rounds. There is an additional part if you want to square it off at the end. I'm still undecided. I know Amanda said she is not going to. She never does use the additional part. I probably will not do it on the Christmas version, because I am using a 4-weight, and that blanket is a beast already, and it's not even done. I can't even imagine adding the additional bonus part. Now, my version in the Mandala Nifflers, because it is the 3-weight and a lot lighter, I may put the additional part on. We will have to see when I get to that, because I know if I decide right now, I'm going to keep changing my mind. So, this is the parts 1 through 18. And the pattern's very well written. But for my 4-weight version, the Christmas version, I am using a 5.5 millimeter dots. And for my Mandala version, which is the 3-weight, I am using the 4.5 millimeter dots. Get that out of the way so I don't forget. So, last week in my update, I had not done any rounds on the Nifflers version, because I had decided to kind of taper back on working on that one, not totally forget about it and sideline it, but I wanted to put more focus in the Christmas version, because it is the 4-weight. It is huge. It is heavy. And we will be getting hot here very, very soon. And let alone the weight of this thing. I need to hurry up and get it done before it gets hot, because once it gets hot, I'm not going to want to touch it. and I don't want to sideline it once it gets hot and not work on it until like after Thanksgiving is when we start really getting cold. I don't want to do that. So I had talked to Amanda. She thought it was a good idea, and the viewers thought it was a good idea as well, let alone the fact when it gets really hot and if I have that hot thing on top of me, and I get hotter, my MS symptoms flare, so I end up not being able to crochet most of the time and have a hard time walking, talking, all that stuff. So yeah, it's best that I get her done as soon as possible. In hindsight, had I even known, because I'd never made this blanket, I would have never chose to do a 408. Honestly, I wouldn't, living in the South. I do plan on making more. That cake right there with the heart in the center. That colorway will be becoming a Mandala Madness in the future. So, the Mandala Nifflers that I did no work on last week. I did do a little bit of work on it this week because, like I said, I didn't want to sideline it. And it's with this cake, our lovely Mandala from Lion Brand in the colorway in Nifflers, which is my absolute fave. And I use it all the time. And it is a lightweight number 3, 5.3 ounces or 150 grams, 590 yards or 540 meters, and 100% acrylic. And Missy cannot read the recommended hook and needle sizes. I really need to write them down. Yeah. And let's just go with how I got on the Nifflers before we yank out Big Bertha. So, I am on my, how many cakes have I used? So far, I have used 4 full cakes, and I'm on my 5th one. And I'm about halfway through, maybe. So I can't wait till they're done so I can get all these put in my totals. It's driving me crazy having these labels in this. I have everything in a tote, big tote. So the work I did on the rainbow one, the Mandala Nifflers, I had ended on, my sticky. I had ended on round 92 the last time we did an update, and I managed to get a little bit of work done, and I got round 83 added, and we are still attached. So, yeah, my stitch marker's in there. So, this is the round, this purple round right here. Yep. This is the round we've added right here. So, I got round 53 added on, and I'm hoping to do a little bit of work on it this coming up week, because I have gotten advanced on the other one. Thank you. And I feel like I can try and get a little bit done on this one. I'm not gonna go overboard because I really do need to keep that one a focus right now. So yeah, that was, I didn't even show the whole thing. I'm scatterbrained. But here is the half. It folded in half. And yes, there's ends. We are still attached, and I didn't weave in the ends for I think the last 2 rounds. but I love how it's turning out. This colorway just is just a ray of sunshine. I guess that's why it's my favorite, and I use it so much. So there's that one. And round 83, which is where I ended, is in part 13. And I got my sticky tab so I don't forget. So I'm starting on round 84. Round 83 was the beginning of part 13. So I'm on the second round in that part, and it'll go through 87. Yeah. So I still have 4 more rounds to go. Yeah. So there's that one. And I'll set that one over here. Now, the big girl. For her, I have been using, I have been using the Herrschners worsted, and in 5 different colors. 2 are in the baby line, the 4-weight baby line, only because of the shade. So the first color I've been using, which is the Herrschners worsted baby, is the colorway Cloud. And yeah, we're working on this ball. And we got 1 more left over there. And these are all a medium for 100% acrylic, 8 ounces or 226 grams, 489 yards or 448 meters. And they suggest a US size 7 knitting needle or a US size I9 crochet hook, and machine wash and dry, made in China. So this is the baby, and once again, colorway Cloud. And then the second color I've been using, some of these I got to be careful because they're collapsing, is also in the baby line. And this one is Pixie Pink, and it's the same specs, which all of these will be. And then the second color, I may need to ball this one up, is in the regular worsted. Yeah, it's about to. And this one is Victorian Red, and is so pretty, so pretty. It's a deeper red than you actually see, but I love it. And then the fourth color we've been using, this one's been balled up as well, and it's almost done, and I have 1 left over there. The only one that I don't have any left of over there, and I had was it 3 of each or 4 of each? I can't remember. I'll have to look. This is the worsted also, and this is the color Sea Breeze. No, Seaspray. Yep, there we go. Seaspray. And it's so pretty. And then the 5th and final color is also in the regular 4-weight worsted line, and this is the color of Lime. There's my labels. So far, not including the ones that I'm working on, I have used let's see, 2 Pixie Pink, and there's 1 in there. So yeah, I had 3 of each. So that's why I'm on the last ball. And then I have 1 Lime label, and I have 1 in there, and then I still have 1 over there. And Seaspray is 1 label. The ball that's left in there, and I have 1 over there. And then Victorian Red, I have 1 label, and I have 1 in here and 1 over there. And then Clouds, I have the ball that's left. I have a ball over there, and I have one label. So I had 3 of each. I have a feeling before it's all said and done, I'm hoping I don't run out of pink. Let's hope not. I did just start that ball, so I'm thinking we should be safe. I'm hoping. So, yeah. Let's hope. And I need to get those in order so I can get them back in here. Alrighty. So, where are we at with her? I ended on round 90 last time, and I think I had done 5 rounds. Yeah, I had done 5 rounds last week, and was starting with round 91. Well, let me see where we are at. Yes, I have strings. There we are. I did rounds 91 through 96. So I actually got 6 rounds done on her. Some of the rounds were a little bit tedious. Because there's a lot of trebles. Oh my gosh, those trebles. Last week I said it, and I'm going to say it again. At the end of these blankets, if I ever see another treble for a while, I will probably pull my hair out. So it's going to be a while before I want to do anything that has trebles in it. But this is her folded in half. And, let me find my, stitch markers, and I will show you what, oh, she is so heavy. She doesn't behave, guys, not anymore. She has stopped behaving. All she wants to do is slide, and she's really annoying me. I know I put, there we are. I had intentionally left stitch markers to mark where we had left off. We had left off right here on this red round. So since you saw her last, we added this blue, the Seaspray blue. We added the lime green. We added the white. We added a round of pink. And we added a round of the Victorian Red. And we added this round of Seaspray blue. Right there. And I think she is so pretty, even though she doesn't behave anymore. Because she is so huge. But yeah, that was what we added on to the edging. Brian had tried to convince me to end it off here. I think it was it the white? Yeah. And just put a trim on it because she is so large. And I told him, as much as I would love to because she's huge, it would drive me absolutely nuts that she wasn't finished. And he said, well, if you put a trim on it, it's finished technically, right? But I know where the pattern goes to. So in my mind, I left that project unfinished and I can't do it. My OCD will not let me. So I am just going to continue on till we get to round 111, which, ending on round 96, I have 15 rounds to go. 15 more rounds to go. And I am determined. I am going to get those done before the heat kicks in down here in the south. So yeah, but I love how it's turning out. And the further we go out, the details are just spreading out. And I'm hoping that it will be done before our fair, which is end of June. And with 15 rounds to go, I'm almost positive that this one will be done. Knock on wood. Because I know stuff happens. And I don't want to eat my own words. Because it's happened before. But yeah. I wanted, once we get her done and she can be safely tucked inside the tote and everything before the heat hits. That way I know she is ready to go. And that is one fair project knocked off my list. Because with working with these, I have no time, plus the additional projects I have to do. I have no time to start another blanket. So she might as well be my fair entry this year. So yeah, they're going to have fun judging her and trying to display her because she's unruly. She doesn't want to stay put. She wants to slide around and fall off of things because she's so big. Yeah. But yeah, that's her. One more look. Oh, and I think I'm going to have to start spreading her out on the guest bed in the guest bedroom and taking a picture because she's heavy and it's getting harder to hold her up all at one time. Yeah, she's huge. I need to make myself a note. And before I do my update next week, I think I'm going to get on the scale and then get on the scale with that and see how much that thing weighs now. Yeah. So we'll do an update on that. And then we'll do an update again on her weight once she is completed. Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Because she's heavy. But anyhow, that is... Oh, I am totally forgetting. We do have one yarny friend who did send in an updated photo of her Mandala Madness in process. And that is our lovely yarny friend, Donna Hoskinson. And I do believe and I tagged it on the picture that I'm going to put right here. Donna has ended on round 58. I think she's starting 59. It'll be on the picture. Yeah. I absolutely love hers. Every time I see the update, it just, I can't put into words exactly what that blanket does for me because it's my mom's favorite color, purple. She also loved aqua, but purple was like the end-all be-all with her. And it reminds me so much of something that my mom would have loved or would have made. So, yeah, I can't wait to continue to watch her, Donna's Mandala Madness in process as the blanket grows. I know it is getting more and more beautiful. And yeah, thank you, Donna, for sending in an updated picture for this week. And I can't wait to see your next update. I know that progress on some of these is a little slow because we all have some lifey stuff going on and we work on them when we can. And this is supposed to be a no stress, do it at your own pace, kind of make along. And we didn't want anybody stressing out. If you can only get 5 stitches in, that's 5 stitches you didn't have last week. If you can do a round and a half, that's a round and a half you didn't have done before. If you can do 5 rounds, because originally we had said we would do no more than 5 rounds per blanket per week. But we also knew the bigger that they got, it would definitely be a lot harder to keep up that pace. And it definitely is. This week I got the 6 rounds done on that, only because I did 1 round on the Nifflers version. And I didn't put a whole lot of focus onto some other projects because I had finished 3. Yeah, the blanket and the 2 emotional support chickens that had been shipped out to my sisters. So I had a little bit more free time because until those were done, I was focusing on those. So yeah, so we only have 15 more rounds to go on the beast. Yeah. Wouldn't it be lovely if she was done by April, end of April, beginning of May? I am not going to hold my breath that that's going to get done. I'm just hoping and praying that she's done before the heat gets too bad. So yeah. And I know that the warm up is coming, even though our temperatures have been up and down with all these massive storms blowing through. But every year, I know when it's going to start warming up and warming up really fast because our spring only feels like it's this long. We pretty much go straight from winter to summer. We might have a week of spring, it feels like. And I know when that's going to hit most generally because that is when the hummingbirds start coming back, and they usually show up the week of my birthday. Last year, my first hummingbird showed up the day before my birthday, and yesterday I was outside gathering up the bowls to wash them and refill them for the barn kitties, stray kitties, because I am still putting food out there. And I had my first hummingbird stop in the corner of my porch where one of my feeders, the first one to go up every year, goes. And then it buzzed my face like, hey lady, we're back, and took off around the house, in between the house and the shed, and was gone. I don't know if it's a passer through that is going further north or what. I did not see it today, so I plan on pulling out the feeders this weekend, once the threat of frost and freeze is over, because we're going through that at night right now, and getting them out this weekend, at least one, because I know they're coming because my birthday's next week. So, also, I wanted to remind those of you who, I'm not sure if they're still taking emails to be able to join in. Theresa over at Critters Crochet and Shannon over at the Spoonie Stitcher are the hosts of Decade Divas this year, as always. And this year's focus is on the 1970s. And last I knew, they had 40 something, almost 50 content creators who wanted to join in on Decade Divas. I am one of them. And they are going to be having more information down the pipeline on what all that is going to entail. It is going to be held during September and October, where each person who is participating will be dropping a video of the project that they made that was inspired by the 70s. We can't talk about them, guys, and I may have started mine. Just saying. Can't show them. Can't talk about them. Yeah, they're a secret. A good secret, though. But If you don't know who Theresa and you don't know who Shannon are, their links are in the description box. Go over and see them. You will absolutely adore them. And check out, they do have informational videos on Decade Divas. They do have videos from prior Decade Divas from, I can't remember if they've done it for 1 year or 2 other years. And for some reason, the 70s got left out and people noticed. And so the 1970s is the focus. It's not going to be multiple decades this year. It is going to be just 1970s. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But go check them out, any of their videos. They have a lot of content, some great content, and they have some informational videos on Decade Divas and the past, as always. And yeah, I'm trying to think if there was anything else I needed to talk about. I don't think so. I think I caught everybody up on everything. Stay tuned. I have something special coming, and it has to do with my birthday. So you just have to watch for another video to roll out so you can see exactly what that means. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, with that, it's getting late here. And I'm a little late on getting to sit down and record this. So I'm going to let you guys go so I can try and get this uploaded and get the lovely Donna's photo added. And thank you again, Donna. I am so glad that we have Donna and Theresa participating. I'm not sure who else is participating. Those are the only two who are keeping in touch with me on that. Amanda might have some others that are. I'm not sure. If you have not seen Amanda's video yet, head on over to her channel. Mine drops at 5 a.m. Hers drops at 6 a.m. Eastern. I'm 5 a.m. Central. So if you haven't seen hers, go ahead and head on over there. Check out her progress. I can't wait to see her progress because it's just as much a surprise to me as it is to you guys, because we don't tell each other where we're at behind the scenes at all. We have to wait till we drop our videos to see. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have been having a great week. I hope that since the weekend's coming, you're going to have a great weekend. And if you're not planning on doing anything fun, hopefully you'll get some crochet time in and create some beautiful things. And until next time, I'm going to leave you with these words. Life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars and your yarn. So till next time, love you guys. Bye for now.